Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. And we are the last Tuesday of the month of July 2024. And I'm just 4 weeks and one day post the right side total hip replacement. So we've got a nice mashup of some Tai Chi to get us started warming up. And then I have a chair to use for balance. And then also I have three different sizes of hand weights, but I just have one a piece. Now, if you just have one or two, that's okay, but we're only going to be using one side of the body weighted at a time. So I have an 8 pounder, a 5 pounder, and a 3. So grab what you have and let's get started. I'm going to put a little background music on for us. You may or may not be able to hear it, but that's okay. I want you to be able to go at your own pace today. So let's come to about a mid-stance position. Feet are about hips distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. You have a parallel position of the feet. Stand nice and tall. Find your best posture. And then as you inhale, pull the hands right up in front of the chest and exhale and push. So air doesn't have a lot of resistance to it. So I want you to imagine that you're standing in a swimming pool and you can feel the water as you let your hands float up and press down. So we've got just a little bit more resistance than air. We can start to feel those muscles begin to engage. Now we'll pull up about chest height. Flip the palms and press up above the head and let the arms float out. Just a little bit out of the camera view there on my arms. Reaching up. So what I want you to imagine as your arms are descending out and down is that you're pressing two objects away from you. And maybe you're thinking about what you'd like to press away from your life right now. Maybe it's an injury. Perhaps it's just some other stressors in your life. And I want you to take the energy that you're pressing out with and the exhalation just to remove whatever it is that's not serving you today away from your well-being. The mind is a powerful thing. Okay, put your thinking cap on. As we come up, the right hand turns to face the ceiling, the left hand turns to face the floor. You push away from each other. Then this right hand's going to float down to meet the left. And we scoop up. Now the left hand is on top, right one is pushing down and away. So a little bit of yin and yang, pressing down and up. Good. Now as we press that right hand up, we're going to side bend to the left and push away. So I'm pushing this left hand under, the right hand away. Then come up, let that arm float down. Scoop up, left one goes up, right one goes down. Push away. Let's do two more of these on each side. Right hand up, left hand down. Exhale. Good. Left hand up, right hand down. Press away. Exhale. I don't know about you, but that's feeling great this morning. Just really feel the spine lengthening. Good. One more time. Left hand up, right hand down. Side bend, stretch, exhale. Come back to center and we'll come into right ball. So right hand is on top, left hand is underneath. tap your left foot in. Single whip arms will preload to the right. Take this right hand out, make a little hook with your hand. Step out to the side and push away and look toward your left hand. And then let that left hand come underneath as we come back to right ball. Preload, make a hook. Step out and block. Left hand floats down. Right ball. Preload, make your hook. Step out, block. Left hand under. Let's do 2 more of these. Single whip, right hand makes a hook. Good, working on our balance and control. Come back in to right ball. Then roll the ball to step to the left. Now we're in left ball. Preload to the left, make your hook with your left hand. Single whip, block. Then this hand comes down. This hand comes down. I got to get my brain reversed here. Preload, make a hook with your left hand. Block with your right. That same hand comes down. We sweep back into left ball. When left ball, we're always left hand on top. Make your hook, block. That's a little tougher for me on this side with that hip replacement supporting my body weight. Let's get 2 more. Preload, make your hook, single whip, block, push. 1 more. All right, and we'll just roll the ball side to side. So step out, switching hands, and again, step out, switching hands. Just transferring our body weight, one side to the other. Now we'll start to wave hands like clouds. Step and switch. We're just slightly lifting maybe the heel off the floor, just to slightly unweight the foot. Start to rotate your body a little bit more. Two more. And then closing our Tai Chi practice form, we place hands to the shoulders, brush away, let the hands float down. Excellent. Okay, you need a heavy weight and you need your chair for balance. So I'm going to set the chair off to my right-hand side. I've got my 8-pounder for my heavy. I want you to use whatever you have that's appropriate for your body. Come to Pilates first position. Take your right hand to your hip for now and do a side bend and pull back up. So we're working our core and our back. Two more. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more challenging, this hand comes to your shoulder, and then we can side bend and reach over. Gives us a little bit more leverage to work against and a better stretch. Good, one more time. This hand finds the chair for balance as we relevate up on the balls of the feet and we lower. As we do, add a rotating bicep curl. So the palm rotates up and rotates in. Good, 3 more, lift. Just barely using that chair for balance, keeping good posture and alignment. Now lift up and hold, bring that weight right to 90 degrees and open it out and across your body. So our calves are firing to keep us up in our releve. Working that rotator cuff and bicep. 3 more. 2. 1. Come right back to 90 degrees. Let your heels come down. Let the arms straighten. We'll take this left or right knee and lift it up and hold. So we're in our single leg stance. If you can let go of the chair, hold and breathe. That's my hip replacement side, so I'm going to keep a light touch on the chair. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that foot back down. Bend the elbow 90 degrees. See if you can press away from you any amount. So I'm coming right from here forward. Maybe not all the way out to straight. And then the leg lifts and lowers. 5, 4, 3. Shoulder and bicep working. 2 more. 1 more. Come center. Take the weight into both hands. Right in front of the chest. Step out into second position. And we'll plie down and up. Now I'm just going to do very small ones. You can take it nice and deep. You can also add some overhead press as we squat and press. Good. If that's not good for your shoulder, squat and lower the arms down. Do a double bicep curl here. 3, 2, and 1. Great. Okay, I'm going to adjust the chair to the other side so I can continue to face you as we repeat to the opposite direction. So now we have the weight in the right hand. We're going to start in that first position, hand to the hip, as we side bend and pull up. Try not to rotate your shoulders, staying right in that frontal plane of movement. Option, hand can come to the shoulder as we press and stretch. Great, 3 more here. And pretty slow, controlled movement. Not too fast when we're dealing with the spine. 1 more time. Hand comes to the chair for a balance assist as we releve and down. Releve. Add a rotating bicep curl. Palm rotates up and down. I trust you're choosing the weight that works the best for your body here. Great job. Let's get 3 more curls. 2, 1. Now curl up halfway. Hold up on the balls of your feet. Rotate the weight out and across your body. So we're just rotating the humerus bone right in the shoulder socket. If you have rotator cuff injuries, maybe you're going to set the weight down or make this very light. Good. 4. Up on the balls of the feet, high half toe. 3, 2. Last one. Come back to the midline and lower down. Great. Okay, left knee lifts. See if you can hold your balance in single leg stance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Okay, we have the bent elbow about 90 degrees. The knee is up, and we'll push the arm forward and bring it in. Push forward, bring it in. Working that shoulder. Nice job. Just a little bit here for balance. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. The leg comes down. We take the weight into both hands as we step out to second position or a little wider for our mini squats, or you can do a nice deep squat. I'm going to keep it small. Option to press up. Any amount. Or for shoulder issues, we lower down and up. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, step back into parallel. Keep that heavy weight, and we'll see if we can bring it to the right side, behind the back of the head, to the left for a halo. If you have shoulder issues, you're going to make a circle right here in front of your body and not go behind the head. So if this all feels good, you have the correct workload, we're going to stand in tandem stance with the right foot forward, the left foot behind with your heel slightly lifted off the floor. So here's our balance challenge. Great job. Let's get 4 more times around to the right. Remember, you can keep this right in front of your body. 3. Great work for shoulders, triceps, and core. 2. And 1. Good. Relax arms down. Come back to your parallel stance. Let's try going the opposite direction. So now to the left, either behind the head or in front of the body. The weight's starting to get heavy. You can switch to something lighter. This all feels good. Let's come into tandem stance with the left foot in front. The feet are almost behind one another. Back heel slightly lifted. Moving to the left. We have 6. 5. Excellent. You can maybe even pick that back foot off the floor. That would be a challenge. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Step back into parallel stance and relax the arms down. Okay, I'm going to turn my chair so that I can put my hand on either the back of the chair here or down onto the seat of the chair here. We'll face that chair again using your heavy weight or maybe medium. We'll step forward with the left foot, placing the right hand on the chair and lifting the left foot off the ground. I'm sorry, right foot off the ground. So I'm standing on my left, and we'll do a one arm row, pull up. So if the back leg lifting off the floor is a bit too much, then set the ball of the foot down. And we'll do this in a lunge position, just barely using that chair for balance. Working the upper back, back of the shoulder, and bicep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll do a little bit different exercise with pulling that arm up. Kick the arm straight back, bend and down. Pull it up, kick it back, bend and down. So we're adding the tricep into the exercise. 3 more. Start to feel this in the supporting leg. So I'm going to put this foot down. 2 and 1. Good. Now just pull that elbow up and turn toward that side of the body. So we're going to rotate and down. When we combine 2 or 3 exercises for the same muscle group, called a superset. Rotate, look up over that shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Nice work for the back obliques. Step in and rise up. Okay, rather than turning away from you, I'm going to go ahead and switch the chair. So I have that side of my body facing the camera. I'm going to switch hands to the right hand. Right foot steps forward. Left hand goes to the chair. So we're going to see how I can do this because that right side's my hip replacement. So we'll see how much I can hold this here. Back leg can be lifted or the foot on the floor, and we'll just pull up. I'm just going to do a couple and then set my foot down. Good. So this first one, we're not twisting. Keeping the body pretty even. And if this is bothering your back to have your hand on the seat of the chair, then you're up here, holding onto the back of the upper portion of your chair. Exhale to pull. 2 more. Now we'll add the tricep kickback. So we pull it up, we extend the arms straight and down. This is pretty challenging for me on an 8-pounder, but I think the 5 would be a little too light, so I'm going to try to stick with this 8. We're not doing a lot of reps. Get 4 more here. Really feeling the back of the shoulder. That back foot can still be off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Okay, third exercise involves the twist. So we pull up and rotate. back side of the core firing, upper back. Go for a total of 8. Here's 4. Excellent. 5. 2 more. And last one. Great job. Step that back foot in, rising up. Okay, we are finished with the chair. And will be for the majority of our class to finish onto our backs. So I want you to have all of those 3 weights accessible for you to grab close by. And then we'll come down onto our back, get nice and comfortable. As comfortable as we can. Let's see, I always have to think about how I'm going to come down so I don't land on my incision. Okay. So again, we've got 1 weight. We're going to be doing a single arm chest press. So maybe your heavy or medium weight is going to do the best for you. I'm going to try the heavy and see how we go. So we're down on our back. We have the weight in the right hand. Feet are on the floor to start as we push that weight up toward the ceiling. And then just before you touch the floor, pause there. So working that right side, I'm going to keep my left hand on my abdomen so I'm not using my hand on the floor to give me much assistance. Next option, our left knee is in tabletop. Or we can press it out as the arm presses up. So extend the leg and bring it back in. And then your last option to make this really challenging, instead of your right foot being on the floor, you can bring your right knee up to table as well and press that left leg out. Good, so lots of levels, lots of options. Working chest and tricep and shoulder for stability. 5 more reps. 4, 3, 2, and 1. The feet are up. You can set them back down. Switch that weight over to the left hand. Now it's a different arm, so we're going to create a different sequence here perhaps. Hand on the abdomen. We'll just press it up. And back down. So if you need a lighter weight, if you have a shoulder issue here, make adjustments. Option, right knee up. Try to press your low back slightly into the floor. Option, add the leg straightening as the arm goes up and bending in. Maybe this is the one you stay with. Or we can add that left knee to tabletop for our final option. We've got 8 reps to go. 1, 2. Slow and controlled, mindful movement. Exhale on that press. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, lower down. So now we have a single weight into both hands, heavy or moderate. Bring the weight to your chest and press it at an angle. So I'm not directly above the chest, but I'm not over the head either. Kind of on an angle upward. So find a comfortable position for this. It's called the shootout. So the feet can stay on the floor for level 1, or we can start to bring that right leg out and in. You can also stack the left knee and tabletop, right leg out and in. Three more. And 2. And 1. Short break, feet come down, take a couple of breaths. So I'm going to make an adjustment and go down a little bit in weight. If you need to do the same thing, take a moment to do that. And now we'll press it again at an angle. We can add the left leg extending out. You can add the right knee and table. So if that switch hurts your back, then go back to putting your right foot on the floor. Try to press your low back into the mat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. If you're doing okay, we're going to add a third set, pressing on this angle. We'll press up, and as the weight comes in toward you, do a little baby sit-up. So curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Reach and sit up. We'll add opposing knee lifts. So the right knee comes up, and then the left knee comes up. If your neck is really bothering you, don't worry about the weight. Just support behind the back of your head with your fingertips and do the crunches. Now we can also try both legs. So what I want you to do is take your knees to table, let the arms go, and then pull up and bring your knees toward you. Then let your knees come away and pull up. If that's too much, go back to single leg. If you're tolerating it, you can try extending your legs and pull up. 3 more. 1, I'm feeling those abs. 2, and 1. All right, feet come down, the weight comes down. Relax. Breathe. Okay, a couple of options here. Take your feet a little wider and start to come into windshield wiper legs. So we're just dropping the knees to the right, dropping the knees to the left. If you want to make this a little bit more about your core, then your feet will be off the floor. Drop your knees to the right and drop your knees to the left. Both are great options. I'm going to put my feet back down on the mat and continue. Let's go 2 more each direction. And then come back into center. Keep your feet close together. Let your knees open like a butterfly and close back into one another. Option, your feet are off the mat. Keep your feet together. Let your knees open and close. Open and hold. Fingertips behind the head, and we'll sit up for 10 and 9. Remember, feet can be on the mat. 8, 7, exhale 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax head and shoulders, close your knees together, and relax the feet on the mat. Let's lengthen the right leg up for a hamstring stretch, holding behind the thigh, flex and point the ankle. You can also extend the bottom leg long. Ankle circles. Reverse. Just flex the ankle, hold, pull that leg in a little more and breathe. And then lower that right foot back down to the mat. We'll bring the left leg up, hamstring stretch. Point and flex. Right leg can go long. I'm just going to do it a little bit because that's pretty tight for my hip right there. That's not too bad. It's getting better. Ankle circle. Good range of motion with that joint. Reverse. Hold the ankle flexed, pull the leg in just a smidge. Couple of breaths. And relax that leg down, bend both knees 90 degrees. We'll come up into a baby bridge. So hands can be by your side or on your hips, and we'll lift the hips up off the mat, any amount. And I want you to imagine that you're pulling your hamstrings or pulling your feet towards your butt. So I want you to fire the backs of the legs here. Glutes are squeezing. Couple more breaths. And then come back down. We'll come into our figure 4 stretch. So bring the right knee up, cross the ankle over the thigh. For my hip today, this is all I'm going to be able to do is hold right here, but you can pull your knees up toward your chest to give yourself a deeper stretch. Close your eyes for a moment, relax through the hips, breathe. And then if you have your knees in toward you, set your left foot back on the floor, open your arms out a little bit, and start to lower your right foot down to the floor on the left side of your body for a twist. I'm just going to do a small amount here. And pull it back up. Great. Let's switch sides. So uncross. Left ankle crosses the right thigh. We can stay here or we can bring those knees up. Holding your figure 4 stretch. Eyes are closed. Slow the breath down. Relaxing your muscles. And then if your legs are up, set your right foot back down to the floor. Keep the cross of your ankles. and drop your legs over to the right. Good, and breathe. Keep your shoulder blades imprinted into the mat. And come back to center. So either rolling over to a child's pose or a downward dog. So I'm going to roll to my left side so I'm not on that incision. And then pressing up to hands and knees, or hands and feet. We'll lift the hips up. The child's pose is okay here as well, stretching through the fingertips. Your down dog's going to lengthen the backs of the legs, letting the heels sink to the mat. And then we'll walk our hands to our feet or our feet to our hands, coming into a forward bend. Bending your knees a small amount or a large amount if you need. We'll place the hands on the opposite elbows and a little bit of a side to side for our rag doll. And then let your arms release, soften your knees a little bit, start to roll your spine up to stack one vertebra at a time. Either bring your hands to your hips or your hands behind your back and come into a chest expansion. Lifting your heart to the sky, slightly lifting your throat. And then release the clasp of the hands. Take your arms out to the side. Make the right hand on top of the left, and we'll press away from each other. And I want you to imagine you're pushing the door jamb on either side of your body away, and drop your chin. Wow, I'm really getting a great stretch right between the shoulder blades here. Lift your head back up. Open the arms out. Inhale. Left arm crosses over right. Flex your wrists, and you're pushing two imaginary forces away. Drop the chin. And lift that chin up. Last breath. Inhale, open. This time, press the palms of the hands together at the heart. As we close our class today, the light that resides within me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. A little bit shorter class today as I'm progressing through my recovery. If you can stay for a chit chat, I would love that. If you've got to run, send me a message. Let's get our recording shut off here.